Good morning, Bridge Nation. My name is Richie B. They call me the Party Master. There's somebody that's very anxious to get on air, so let me allow him to do it right now. Who's that?
In the building, John.
Yeah, well, big up yourself. Let me tell you something, brethren. In all seriousness, if I can capture, say, 10% of the spectacular vibes that we saw yesterday in Carnival in this program today, we would have delivered a fantastic program to the nation. Yo!
I saw. I saw.
You saw some of it.
On the set. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Lots of images. Gone are the days when all of the Carnival activities are carried live on television and so on. Yeah, we kind of missed that. But it really seems to have been a massive success. And we say congratulations to all those who were involved one way or another. And those who came into the island just for Carnival, we welcome you. Many of them are just maybe still in bed, or some maybe just rolling out of bed reluctantly. All right, so I'm here, revived, refreshed, re-energized, renewed, ready for Top of the Bridge Up and Go. Let's go until 10 o'clock. Let's go. Time now for us to go to our feature, WTF, What the Fact?
Alright, I can't believe that one, but it kind of makes sense, especially if you go to the Devon House one. The average person spends 2 weeks of their life sitting at traffic lights. Yeah, man. If you go to the Trafalgar Road intersection, you know what I talk about. The average person spends about 2 weeks of his or her life waiting for traffic lights to change from red to green. And this is according to Snapple. For many of us, it is definitely hard to believe that we actually spend that much time sitting in our very own cars, just aimlessly waiting at traffic lights.
That
It's a fact.
That is true.
It makes sense.
That is true. Especially Richie and Shelz.
Yeah.
When they're not working.
Oh gosh, man. Now,
Well,
moving like a quick, hey, it depends how you navigate yourself, guys. Sometimes when it not working, go too faster.
WTF is actually referring to those that are working.
Yeah.
And trust me.
It makes sense.
It-
one that right the Trafalgar right there, so that's a one. Oh
Yeah, man.
gosh, man. Eternity.
Like
No wonder some people when they're going in an easterly direction on Trafalgar.
Yeah.
Although they're going straight across.
Yeah.
No, straight across.
Okay.
Towards Knutsford Boulevard.
Okay.
They go towards the filter lane
And
then swing over. I'm not suggesting that you should do that, but I'm saying no wonder some people try that because they know that otherwise they'll be.
We are on about it.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying I've never done. I'm just saying, it's not recommended. You know what I mean?
It's a little loophole. It's a little loophole. Yeah.
But that's a long time to be waiting. And I'm thinking that at my age right now, I feel like I'm going about 3 weeks already. Waiting in traffic. Not the 2 that was carried in WTF. Seriously?
Yeah, man.
Oh, boy. Some people right now are at a traffic light and I sing, achoo,
man.
attack.
1 week gone.
Yeah, that's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Bridge Nation. We call it
WTF. What the fact?
Yeah, give them all.
Alright, Bridge Nation, what's your style here? So, on Friday, I dropped my opinions during the Bridge Chart show about this particular song, but since it's on new week, and it just dropped last week, I want to hear what Richie and Odds have to say about Shenseea, dripping in honey in a very saucy music video titled Curious. Now, Shenseea debuts her first single since the start of 2023, called Curious. The track was produced by Beam, Dunwell, Fred Ball, and London on the track, and was released under Rich Immigrants and Interscope Records. The Jamaican singer premiered the music video at midnight on Thursday, and with an all-female cast strutting their stuff. Of course, included, one of my faves, I'm not gonna lie, Pretty V. She'll go on good in the video, I'm not gonna lie. Now, Curious arrives ahead of Shenseea's forthcoming album, due sometime this year. The dancehall baddie, as they're calling her, has been hard at work on her second body of work, while occasionally dropping bits and pieces of details on it. Last month, of course, she hinted that Kanye West could be a feature on the album, while sharing that she will be making dancehall music, quote-unquote, tailored for the ears of the American audience. Meaning, it will be Jamaican music that I guess English-speaking fans can understand, Richie. I don't know if it was evident in Curious, but yeah,
It was evident.
Yeah.
And I actually saw, just this morning, I was looking, scanning through social media, I saw she performed at Coachella yesterday. And she brought her, shall we say, her curiosity to Coachella. At the end of her performance, she asked the crowd, and they were lapping up every move that she was making. All the freaks in the house, make some noise. Lord have mercy, it was deafening.
Yeah.
So that says to me that the track Curious definitely has some early traction.
What I will say, Richie, is that I think she performs it well. And as long as she can continue to perform it well, then it will reach even further. Because, and you know, a person's going to have what they have to say about the video, the song, whatever. But if she can perform Curious like that, like how she did at Coachella, yeah, she'll reach her audience, the audience she wants to reach with this one. Because I can, like I said Friday, I don't know why, but I can hear people walking up and down just saying freaky. Like they don't need to know anything else.
Yeah, and the same thing that people were saying when she came out with I'm blessed.
They don't know nothing else what she does, but as long as they catch that part.
Yeah. Listen, these artists are out there trying to maximize on their careers. Yeah. And sometimes it's almost like whatever it takes, they're going to do it. They're trying to read their audience and try to figure out, okay, this will work or that might not work.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that she doesn't have that side to her because I don't know.
True.
But the fact is, she's trying to get some numbers.
And I want to credit, I never knew so many producers were involved. You know, big up people like Dunwell as well.
Yep.
London on the track, because the beat, actually, I think they definitely answered that dancehall question very well. So I like the beat. But, and big up Shanti.
She moved away from the what they call the trap sound into real dancehall energy.
Yeah.
People are criticizing the song and the lyrics and what it's all about.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Comes with the territory.
And I think that is also part of their own calculations.
Yeah.
In terms of generating stuff that will keep people talking.
That's right.
She delivers well on it, vocally.
Yeah.
And we'll see how well it does. But I can tell you, the reaction that she got at Coachella is definitely quite encouraging for her, I'm sure.
That's right.
All right. So we have a story in relation to dancehall and the decline in Japan. Mighty Crown recently announced their retirement from sound system culture. On their way out, the group's co-founder, Sammy T, who is a pioneer in Japanese sound system culture, said that the group's new focus will be on mentoring the young sound systems taking root in Japanese reggae and dancehall culture. But he also urged the new crop of artists to do more groundwork and reconsider the high fees they're charging for appearances in the country. He said many of the artists and songs that are big in Jamaica are not big in Japan at all because as the music changed, we have lost a lot of interest, Sammy T said. He went on to say that although the link has been broken, it's still alive and can be fixed. He urged artists to make their music more visible in Japan, a country that has had a vibrant reggae and dancehall culture for decades. Now, we see where veteran dancehall artists like Bound to Killer and Beenie Man have been sounding the alarm for years. In fact, Bound to Killer recently shared a statement on Instagram saying that the music is losing substance and its negativity is impacting the overall Jamaican music experience. He said, for y'all who's trying to modernize dancehall according to people from all over the world, they've been saying this, that the music is losing its substance. When are you all going to start to fix the problems after it's dead to the world? Then we're going to realize when it's too late. I honor and cherish dancehall for changing life. I would never do anything to hurt or damage it, but not all of us think that way though. I tell you, love what you got, my people. Killer said in ending his quote. That is the perfect photograph of Killer to go with the story because that shows him in a very cross, hungry, miserable mood. Yeah, but he's talking facts, and Mighty Crown, obviously, they have done extremely well. Yeah, and we know that they are very successful. Some would say even rich. Yeah, through several endorsements that they would have had over the years. And we have to listen when they speak,
especially when it comes to our music in that region, because they've been championing the sound over there. So if they're saying that their people losing interest, then we should really
take note.
Yeah, and Japan is very important to the dancehall.
That's a huge market.
Yeah, man, that's a huge market.
One of the things that Japanese did, though, is that they, whereas they used to come to Jamaica and do the collaborations and so on, eventually they started finding sound-alikes in Japan. So they were having their own artists doing their thing, singing along, and then the sound-alikes or DJs were being used to immerse themselves in the culture, which was and by so doing. If you're getting a Bounty Killer sound-alike and you don't have to bring Bounty in from Jamaica, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a part of the decline that happened many years ago. But it's a huge market, very important market, and we don't want to lose it at all. So we need to be wise. All right, that's it for
Update.
Now, before we give you the proverb of the day, I want to make it clear that this was chosen by a producer, obviously, or female producer. So we're not claiming this to be our inclusion.
Me want to hear this. When I look what the meaning it.
So the proverb of the day, here it is.
Woman mouth and fowl a one.
I wonder if anybody hear that. Say it again.
Woman mouth and fowl a one.
So it's not me, oddly, not Shelz.
No, sir, definitely not me. You know proverb already.
We have nothing at all to do with this. This is one morning when we feel like we need to really just follow the script. And we won't get ourselves in any trouble whatsoever. Remember, Bridge Nation, the proverb says, woman mouth and fowl are one. What do you think that means?
Man, I like the comparison already. It sounds dangerous. I don't know what the meaning, but the comparison there already. Where I walk my eggshells already, Richie.
Yes, sir. The official meaning is,
according to the script,
I guess, both are equally ungrateful. That's a low blow.
That them
say.
Woman mouth and fall are one.
Equally ungrateful.
Jeez.
I told you, I have nothing to do with that. I will not even repeat it, as a matter of fact, beyond this moment.
Yeah, man.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, man. I'm better with you.
Mom is the word.
Mom's the word.
Yes. All right, so that is our proverb of the day. And now we have a pet peeve. Now, pet peeves are things that people do that you might find upsetting, irritating, or just simply annoying. What are your pet peeves? Well, listen to a pet peeve that was submitted this morning by a member of the Bridge Nation. Here it is.
One of my pet peeve, Bridge Nation, is people giving advice who don't even have the experience in it. Like, for example, you have somebody who is like a serial single person. Like, them say, for instance, a man, them say gallus, you know? And you're like, how are you gonna give a married man advice? Like, don't do that. Stop. Don't give advice in where you don't have experience. Don't.
That one there rough. That one there tricky. I get it though. Because, you know what I mean, especially in that scenario, you know, you're a happily married person going to a single friend for advice. And I don't feel like us men are like, when our ladies go to them single friends for advice, like a recipe for trouble that too. But I don't know, Richie. I get it. I get this pet peeve. I'm not gonna even say too much. I get it.
You don't necessarily have to call it advice, but I guess you could give your thoughts. On issues that are more familiar to married couples, although you might be single. Because you have a brain and you can analyze things and you can put in your 2 cents.
And yeah, some single people have sense. It's not like and they're not projecting their own fears onto your relationship. You have persons who can give, you know, good advice. Yeah, that's like bro, you know, our sis, So it's a learning curve at the moment. But I can understand this pet peeve. Yeah.
So I'd say share your thoughts. But you don't necessarily have to give advice.
You know what I mean? Normally
per
do.
Se.
So when I was a single person, I married quote unquote married virgin, they would link me for advice. You know,
when you were a single person.
Yeah, when I was a single person.
Okay.
You know what I normally say at the end of my advice?
What?
Hey, you can do it. You want to still. Yeah, that is me just like saying, yo, you see me?
Yeah.
Nobody take my word as gospel.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just, do your thing still, you know, but you don't know.
Yeah.
Me that a sign off.
Yeah. Right now, we have a very important guest who has been in the news. He's the president of the Association of Local Government Authorities of Jamaica, Mr. Mayor Winston Maragh. who says that he is awaiting a date for a meeting with Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark to start negotiations under the public sector compensation review exercise. He made a statement last week saying that he's prepared to be the first councillor to resign if political representatives across the island's 14 municipal corporations did not have their wages addressed. That's a bold statement to make, and obviously something that he's passionate about. We have him with us this morning. Good morning, Mayor Maragh.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us at this early hour. The phone is a little muffled. I don't know what's causing that. Are you hearing us, Mayor?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. If there's anything that you can turn a little knob up a little bit more, then that would help, okay? All right. Thank you. So you made quite a statement that you're prepared to resign if these salary issues are not settled recently. Are you of the view then that the councillors in these 14 municipalities deserve an increase in wages?
You know, I'm happy for that question. A lot of people, I don't think Jamaica knows the amount of work that councillors are doing now. You see, in previous years, councillors used to be looked at as a temporary work. Yeah, temporary work. So you go to meetings, you get a stipend to travel to meetings. So it was a voluntary thing. Eh? But right now, with the amount of workload that we have, especially since we have this Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, we have been doing work left, right, and center every day, coupled with the fact that you're the first port of call for anything that happens in the division that you represent. I mean, it's like if the electricity goes, they don't call JPS toll-free number. They call the councillor. Yeah. If there's a fire burning somewhere, they don't call the fire brigade. They call the councillor. If a person goes to the doctor and gets a prescription and they don't have all the money to fill it, they call the councillor. If anything at all, first stop is the councillor. I'm telling you, if I ever tell you the list of things that people call me about on a daily basis, you wouldn't believe it. And so I'm saying that councillors deserve much more than what they're getting right now. Presently, the salary is like about $140,000 a month.
Really?
And then, and then you have to drive a good car because you can't be on an old car to Brockton Road with you every day, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you say working, and you can't walk, you can't ride a bicycle. You see? Mm-hmm. Because the divisions are spread out, so you have to move around from one community to another. So you really need a good salary in order to service the divisions that you're in.
What are you expecting at a minimum? Are you looking at a percentage increase, or you wanted to go up to say 200, 250? What do you have in mind that you'll be taking to the negotiating table?
I'm looking at a minimum of 100%.
Well, okay, so 280.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, because I'm telling you, with the amount of workload that councillors have, nothing less than that will help a councillor to carry out the function and to deliver the service that they're expected to deliver. Mm-hmm.
I'm always fascinated by the discussions that take place and the debates, whatever, inside of the municipalities. I noticed that, based on a statement that you would have made, the Myersville division of St. Elizabeth's representative Leighton Smith basically is asking you to retract. What exactly is that about?
Okay, what I am is that this reporter guy called me and you were saying, it was a lady, and she was asking about the councillors, and they have been making a lot of noise now because, of course, the Minister of Finance did say that politicians really laugh at the people that we'll be dealing with. And rightfully so, we understand that. All right? And you have to deal with the civil servants first. Yes, I agree with him. And so what happened is that when she called, she was asking me a lot of questions about which set of councillors who agitate more than the others. So in my municipality, I said to her, well, you know, the opposition councillors in my municipality agitate more than the government councillors, which is a fact. I mean, you'll have seen them on TV sometimes, whenever we have meetings. And so that was what triggered all of that, the comment. But it wasn't a broad brush thing, eh? Mm-hmm. All right. But, of course, you'll have to understand. I mean, if my government is in office, I would want to pressure the government, eh?
Right. That's understandable.
Understood. Now,
Right.
no. Greetings, Mayor Maragh. Shelz here.
Yeah.
Now, as we the public, it's almost like we're growing accustomed now to seeing or hearing about, negotiations happening between the finance minister and various sectors. Is this a case of the straw that finally broke the camel's back? And how soon before the negotiations begin?
Well, as I said, I think the figure in the news now is that the Ministry of Finance has completed about 95% of the negotiations with the civil servants. I'm aware from the health department that there are 3 sets of people in the Ministry of Health that have not yet signed, and they are holding out. Some doctors and some other people. But of course, he did say that. He did say that we would be the last. A member of parliament and councillors would be the last for him to call in to start the negotiations.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it's not a matter of breaking any channel.
Okay.
It's just that we understand that we will be the last.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that, the councillors have started getting agitated now.
Okay, understood.
So apparently they see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Were you beset by a resignation recently in your division? In your municipality, no?
No.
Okay.
One of them is that we lost a councillor.
Oh, I see.
Who
Okay.
died. Yes, and of course we have a lot of them now. We have about 12 divisions around the island that have no councillors.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes,
What is being done about that?
All right, so whenever that happens, the municipal act says that the mayor assumes the responsibility
Oh, I see.
of the work in those divisions.
But that would put a lot more work on the mayors themselves.
Yes, of course. You have to balance the thing, eh?
Yeah. Well, when do you go to the negotiating table? Is it like this week?
No, we haven't gotten a date yet.
Oh, you're awaiting a
We
date.
haven't gotten a date, but of course, like I said, the councillors island-wide have been getting agitated because they see 95%, so they say, okay, we are near now.
Mm-hmm.
And so they started pressuring me, eh?
Yeah.
And so then they say, well, we're not doing anything, we're not talking. So that's why they were calling on me to resign. So that's why I said, well, I'd be the first to resign. If and when we go to the bargaining table and they're not satisfied with whatever come out with.
I see.
Understood.
So I'll be the first to resign as the ALGAJ president.
We'll wait and see, but I hope that the government does the right thing by looking deeply into this matter as you have put it forward. Is it too early to be talking about plans for the hurricane season? Are you starting to put plans in place already?
Yeah, well, from time to time, we have a disaster committee, and we do have a disaster coordinator for the parish. And of course, he's always working. He's always going into the schools, talking to everybody, going into different organizations, churches, citizens groups, and so on, and talking to people. And we do have some community disaster risk management committees in some of the vulnerable communities that we know that will be affected from time to time. So we are in touch with them on a regular basis.
All right. Mayor Maragh, I thank you as always for coming on and speaking to us about the issues at stake. Thank you, and you have a good day.
You're welcome. You too now. Take care.
All the best, Mayor. All right, that's a chat with Mayor Winston Maragh, and looking at some topical issues. We wish them well in their negotiations with the Finance Ministry and Minister himself, Nigel Clark. And they have a busy schedule in Richard.
I swear.
Yeah. I think it's a good time for us to head now. You got your passports ready?
Yeah.
The visa stamped in it?
I think so.
All right, it's time to go to the UK for the UK connection with none other than Robo Ranks on the beat, London 103.6 FM. Robo!
Yes, good morning. If you're like Elon Musk, you just go buy one of those futuristic. Don't need a plane. Need a boat, you just need one of those things.
Sounds like the Starship.
Yeah, like Elon. Elon is the new hero, man. He's my new guy. He's a new hero. I don't follow him on Twitter, but I saw an interview he did with a BBC reporter. I don't know how many you've seen it, where he absolutely rips this reporter to shreds. No strong words. Just, he said, you're interviewing me, but while you're interviewing me, I'm going to interview you.
Really?
Please take a look at that clip. Yeah, it was just, the reporter went into the interview without the facts, but with a lot of, and basically what he was trying to get over is there's a lot of bias in news media, and where he's obviously dabbled into Twitter and various other media platforms. He challenged the presenter. It's a really interesting clip. But anyway, never mind me, my weekend watching.
No,
Good afternoon.
But Muskie. Well, Shelz calls him Muskie because he says they are good friends.
Very
like
good
that.
friends, yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see that clip there, Shelz?
Yeah, I gave him the advice. I was like, yeah.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, do we have to do better?
Can't beat
Yeah,
that.
do we have to do
Can
better?
we? He sounded a little negative though. Like as far as this launch this morning was concerned, it's almost like he's
Not
predicting that something could go wrong. I mean, it's an unmanned starship.
Yeah.
The heaviest one that has ever planned for takeoff.
Takeoff, yeah.
But it's like anything can happen, so don't keep your expectations up too high. I don't know.
Nah, it could just be humble brag because he's good. He's known for that.
He's good at that
humble,
too.
humble bragging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came across like he was calling down something negative. You know what I mean? But we wish them well.
We can't deny he's had so many successes. And obviously, as I said, in recent times, he's dabbled in media platforms like now, in a big way. Maybe he's just, as you say, it's just a bit of a humble, just not a slice of humble pie, not a slice, but he just knows it's there and it can be cooked up in the oven at any time. So his whole approach is kind of have changed in that way. But
let me ask you the question I asked Shelz and Audley earlier on. Are you, Robo, interested in interplanetary travel?
No.
No?
I've never been that interested in anything too far above the ground. One, because I'm afraid of heights. And two, I mean, we have our own heights. We have our heights and heights and heights and heights.
Yeah.
I don't know how far up I need to go to reach my heights. You know what I'm saying? Without sounding like, I've had something to smoke this morning. You know what I'm saying?
Not talking as a Rasta man.
Yeah, so I don't know. I know there's obviously people so keen on space travel like the whole life. I used to, my brother used to have those planets posters on his wall and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Nah, it's just darkness up there. I'm cool. I'm good. Out there's just dark anyway.
But is it all darkness though?
Yes.
Shelz. You don't know. You ain't been. I know you're your brethren. You never go up there with it. You never go up there.
I take a pass on it, honestly. I really will.
Nah, Earth is fine.
All right.
But how do you know? How do you know Earth is fine? How are you so sure? They could be better beyond the moon.
That's true. The moon could be better.
Did they have it 27
Could
years?
be better. You could be better. Like, But anyway, it's planetary scaling, man. We don't need none of that. Let's stay to the ground. How is Jamaica this weekend? What did I miss?
Carnival.
That's it.
Is that it?
The spectacular
You sure?
carnival events
I shouldn't say
came
is that,
to a crescendo.
Is that all? Is that all? Is that it?
Yeah.
No.
Unless you were over there in the US for Coachella.
No.
None of you weren't there either.
Yeah, but
Carnival
as
was
well
quite
as the,
spectacular.
just Carnival road march, thousands on top of thousands and crazy.
Jody, were you out there jumping? I saw an image on social media and I was like, hey.
No, sir.
So I was going to ask Jody, were you wearing the green and the black with the little red and white, yellow? No, it wasn't.
No,
Jody.
on the fence.
Yeah.
You on the fence? Okay, no.
Can I ask you? Did
You have a twin sister?
I know there's
No, she doesn't.
Shelz will probably know. He that way.
What's that?
Was Jamaica with obviously the carnival happening? Was Jamaica on the heat map like how Trinidad was was trending on the social app heat map? Because you must have.
I haven't checked the studies, but more than likely. More than likely.
Check that out.
Yeah, we need to check it. Yeah, I never even thought to check that, But I do know though that streets ran because it was the first time in the streets ever since the whole pandemic settings and all of that. People were highly excited.
A whole lot of people coming for it.
I was glad I was home.
Yeah, a lot of persons are here visiting and returning residents.
All the bands too.
It's amazing. People kind of like realize that you actually exist. Like, I saw Trinidad on the heat map. Is that a place? Yeah, it's really a place. Like, so when something major happens on an island now, and I know Jamaica does it unlike any other island. I'm pretty sure that it will reverberate around the world in special ways. So
one of the good things about this carnival, though, is the immersion of dancehall artists into the carnival
on the road,
on the road, and in some of the events leading up to the road march. Another conversation that is going on or ongoing is the change in route that for the carnival parade yesterday. Many people are putting forward the view that it's unfair to have left out Halfway Tree, which would attract a certain kind of crowd, and to keep it more New Kingston and Hope Road side. And people are even questioning what's the wisdom behind that. Well, the result is that they didn't have reduced numbers in any way whatsoever. No. But at the same time, while some certain businesses would have gotten the exposure, the added exposure based on the route that was chosen, there are some who feel that the little walkfoot man would have found it more difficult to engage and interact with those crowds based on the route change that
it does have an effect, because London Carnival, which is now like the second or third biggest carnival in the world, stretches across Notting Hill, which is a very upwardly area, and it goes towards Harrow Road, which is Kensal Rise, not too far from the foot of where we broadcast from, and it stretches across those two areas. And it's amazing when you go to both sides and see everybody enjoying carnival the way they do. The bars and the bars and the social spots are open up in Notting Hill, and then when you come down to Kensal Road, the jerk van and the whole you understand? But it has it's spread across two communities.
Yeah, I get you.
And neither community wants to see carnival on their patch only. You see so many people enjoying from both sides, because a few less than a mile up the road from Kensal Rise, you have some of the richest affluent properties in the whole of the UK. And that's how carnival has worked for so many years, and it will, and long may it continue. So maybe that is something, as you said, Richie, it should continue, and it may give it even a greater push.
So there's this beautiful lady who is Jamaican-born but Bronx-bred. She's quite a rhymer, and we knew her back then as HoodCelebrityy. She had a big song called Walking Trophy. And that allowed her name to be known all over the world. Well, these days, it's best that you refer to her as Tina, because she's had a name change, and we want to be talking to her about that and her new music as well. Good morning and welcome, Tina. How are you?
Blessings.
Wow, go on. Everything good, Medea?
Wow, everything, Chris. You're live in Jamaica, and you're live.
Long time I hear that everything great.
Well, we're happy that you heard it this morning right here.
Yeah.
You are live in Jamaica, and you're live in the UK. And we want to make it known that this is the same lady who burst on the scene as HoodCelebrityy, who now goes by the name Tina. But the question is,
in real life,
why? Why did you decide to change your name?
So just want to understand, right?
Yeah.
My real name is Tina.
Oh, really?
That's something you should know. My real name is Tina. Yeah, my real name is Tina. So, for people who don't know, people who's listening on my fans world, I used to work in a clothing store on Fordham Road called Capo Fashions. If you've been to the Bronx, you know about Fordham Road. I got the name HoodCelebrityy because everybody in the hood knows who I am. So my manager one day just told me, like, yo, you really a hood celebrity. I took the name, I put it on my socials, and the music took off with it, right? But behind HoodCelebrityy was that Tina, the superstar, dreaming to become who I am today. You understand? And I feel like I put in the work, I did the groundwork, you know, I feel like I put in the time with my music, and I want every little boy, every little girl in the hood to understand that it's okay to elevate and it's okay to grow. Because sometimes people try to put you in a stagnant place without forgetting where you came from. But right now it's all about Tina, and I want my legacy to go down in Tina.
Straight.
So it has nothing to do with whether or not persons were casting aspersions or saying anything maybe that you would find negative in relation to your original name?
No, not really. I mean, my fans them always tell me that I'm bigger than a hood celebrity. You know? They always tell me that, but it definitely wasn't just about that. It was just about the growth as me, just not as an artist, but as a human being. Like, when I win my first Grammy, I say, hey, the Grammy goes to Tina. Like, I don't want to hear the Grammy goes to hood celebrity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Overs.
Will you be offended if people still refer to you as hood celebrity, though?
I mean, people only do what you allow them to do. So I feel like my fans and people respect me enough to not do that, because that's not who I am anymore. That's not the space I'm in right now.
Now, Tina, watch that style. You know how the algorithms work, especially when it comes to streaming. Do you feel like, you know, the name change, you know, the rebirth of Tina?
Not because you have my love the song. Watch that style, you know?
Yeah. That's no, what I say is in terms of like the streaming platforms, you know how the algorithms work. A lot of artists, they try to go with like unique names to ensure that they stand out above the rest. Do you feel like the rebirth, you know, going with Tina is gonna affect how persons can find the music on the online platforms?
No, because I am the algorithm. So
that is it.
I'm not worried about that. That should be your last issue. Like, when you have confidence in what you do and understand that I make me my music is gonna speak for itself. It don't matter what kind of name you go with. If you put out good stuff, people are gonna find it regardless.
Respect.
Robo has a question for her, I think. Yeah. Robo.
Yeah. Good morning, Hood Celebrity.
Robo,
all good.
Robo,
All good.
Robo, I see that.
No, I'm only saying it because you skipped me. We were just talking about Carnival, and the last time you was in the UK, I must say, you caused quite a stir at Notting Hill Carnival, but you did skip me, Tina. You skipped me. But let me
listen. Please forgive me. Please, my never did on purpose.
All right, no worries. You know, we're good like that. Now, the first I saw you appear, now you may dispel this rumor if it's true. You came through with a tight connection with Cardi B. I remember I met you in Miami. It was about Best of the Best, and we were hanging out. Your manager and what have you. Is that somebody that you when you launched into the game, was she helpful, or what was the connection with you and Cardi B?
So me and Cardi been friends. It's not an industry relationship, and that's why sometimes I don't really like to touch on the topic. But you know, I like to make stuff clear and put things on the table. Me and Cardi been friends since we was like 15. We was friends for years, over a decade of friendship. So she definitely did help me to put me on the map when I first started. You know, did a couple of posts and shout outs here and there because she always believed in my talent. The same way I believe in hers, and I used to do the same thing for her as well. So yeah. Well,
I kind of got to that because your security was so super heavy, Cardi B style, when I did move to you in Miami. But the name Tina,
I'm still super heavy.
I know.
Be fun, even though right now we're not I like that, but you know, I know how far it came, and I know how far both of us came from. So I'm still in the background sharing.
Yeah, I hear that. Now, you dropped a song, Over You, which I had the pleasure of launching here in the UK. And also you dropped this big, bad, wild combination with the Warlord Bounty Killer.
John.
Wagwan.
Yo, you tell me. I'm just say I work, you know? I'm just putting in the work.
Well,
big shout out to Bounty Killer.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Bounty Killer. I have to say shout out to Bounty Killer because as a legend, if you ask me, so that's who he is in the business, I'm I'm so happy and, and grateful that he gave me that strength that I needed at the time. When I first did I'm Back, all my fans was tagging me, telling me, like, yo, you have to put him on the remix. Like, you got to put him on the remix. So I DM him and I screenshot what they was tagging. Yeah. And I was like, yo, I need you on the song. And he was like, yo, man, but send me over the open verse. I sent him over the open verse, and he had his verse in 2 days.
Wow.
Huh, I have my verse ready. Ready to go. Tina Level. Man.
Hey,
Big song.
it's a wicked remix. Trust me. You both sound really good together.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So as it is now, when you look at the traction you're getting from Over You and you compare that with what you'd have gotten with Walking Trophy, are you feeling a hit song out of this Over You like you did with Walking Trophy?
100%. I mean, to be honest with you, and I hope you guys take everything I'm saying serious, because I'm not a program artist where artists get programmed to say what they should say. I feel the tension is good, because every time I write a song, I say this is a hit. I think all my songs is hits. Whether people think they're hits or not, I think they're hits. Because if it don't make me feel good, I'm not going to write it, right? But Walking Trophy had a different push, which Over You is going to get that same push, and I'm happy that it's taken off organically as well.
Respect.
So only time will tell.
Tina, do you wish to give a view on whether or not, you see a lot of females these days going under the knife. Do you have a view on that approach to getting their careers going to, wider circles?
I mean, I don't think a female getting her body done have anything to do with her career. And I hope no females out there is letting anybody tell them that, because again, if the music is good, people's going to support you regardless. But if you have something that you don't like and you want to fix it, I'm all support for it. Because say, so what minute to get your body done, girl? If you get your body done, you understand? So I'm all for what a woman want to do. If that's what she want to do to make herself feel good, then so be it. Because if I want to do something to fix something I don't like, I'm going to do it whether nobody like it or not. But
Tina,
if you're doing it just because to take off your career, then you're in the wrong headspace.
I hear that. Tina, you like how you're giving a bit of free advice here. Maybe you can give I'm sure Odds and Shell, all right. For me and Richard, you have a wonderful six-pack, Tina. You ever see Tina? You ever see Tina's stomach?
Thank you.
Working.
Yo,
you.
tell us about that piece of sculpting there, Tina. I know it's morning. Just tell us though.
Honestly, it's really what you eat, right? It's really what you put into your body. Like, I'm heavy on the CMOS. I'm heavy on the female support. Big shout to Vital Vegan. If you guys want to get female support, y'all could go over to him. But that's what I do. I just pay attention to what I put in my body, and I work out a lot. Like right now, I'm in the gym 5-6 days a week.
Whoa.
So it's all what you put in your body. It's like your car, right? If you drive a car, it no matter if you have a Nissan, if you have an Altima, if you have a Honda, if you put cheap gas in the car is gonna operate in a cheap way. It might break down sometime for you. You understand? So the same thing with your body. If you put every day you put pizza, McDonald's and Burger King, the body gonna show you that. You ever see them say some people look like what they eat?
Yeah.
No,
I really think.
I really think. Somebody and be like, yo, I can't tell that be a nastiness you put in your body.
Yeah.
Oh, you look like a patty, sir. You just look like a patty.
No, but for real, it's showing your skin.
Or mango.
Right? Some people you can't speak. You can't see them eat. You can't look in them eye. You saw the eye look. So it's really, I want people out there to understand, like, really take care of your health. Take care of your health.
Here.
Take care of your health. Stay off anything that's negative for the body.
Yeah.
Anything that's negative for the body, stay off of it.
Is Jamaica on the radar for you as far as performances are concerned? Maybe even a summer festival or something? Anything like that in mind?
Of course, 100%. We're working on a lot of things. I'm supposed to go down there too, just to meet with Bounty as well. And I'm actually a little bit upset that I missed Carnival. But right now, as I'm on this interview, I'm on my way going to a studio session. So I have so much stuff going on and just getting prepared. So, you know, they say you have to stay ready. So you're not going to get ready.
Facts.
So I got a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes. I'm about to drop my album soon. So, yeah, definitely Jamaica's going to be on the radar. I got a brother that's in Jamaica that he got deported, you know. So sometimes, just for my Jamaican fans and to know, it's nothing personal, but sometimes I hate, you know, going back because I get so emotional all the time when I got to leave him.
I understand.
So that's a little...
Respect.
Yeah, because me and my brother, we grew up together. Like, you know, he was in America our whole life. He been here since he was 7. I've been here since I was 12. So I got a little depressed when he got locked up. He was locked up for 5 years. So every time, my manager them could tell you, my team could tell you, every time I go to Jamaica, I cry. It's like a crying session.
Understood. Understood. Now, speaking of the... Tina, speaking of the fans out here all over the world, you know, with the name change and all that, where can the fans find you and continue to support the music?
Y'all can find me at Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all platforms at The Real Tina. So it's DIREALTINA.
That is it. Respect, Tina. You know, so just go and put in the work. You know, although we're not to tell you that still. We know we're not to tell you that still. Go and put in the work, isn't me? And yeah, I'd love you here.
Listen, I want y'all to know too, from the bottom of my heart, that I really, I don't take nothing for granted. You know, I really appreciate all y'all support. Every support. It don't matter how big, how small. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it too. And yeah, I'd love you here. Remember that.
I'm about to shook the world. So if y'all think walking
that is
trophy, boom on it, run the road, like, I got things that's coming that's way bigger. So everybody has been supporting and holding me down. Just know I got y'all back too.
That's right.
Listen, Tina, I'll say this back to you. Sometimes we're here just chopping up this conversation. You have things to do. You got time to run, but you take the time out to speak to us, and we appreciate it. And you know, that's it's reciprocal. So do your thing, Tina.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love.
All right, big up on the set.
We love the energy. Big up.
Yeah.
Say hello to Joe for me and the rest of the crew. All right.
Say no more.
All right. One love, Tina, formerly known as
HoodCelebrityy.
You said it.
Yeah, man.
All right. All right, Robo.
Yeah, that's great, man. Are we gonna play the song before we go out? Let's play the new single.
We need to play her new single. You have it there, right? Or you want us to play it?
I have it right here.
Run it.
HoodCelebrityy. I love this tune. I think I first heard this. Bobby Condas, big up yourself on the production. It's a massive beat. Over you, Tina.
And it's now time for the second international connection here on Top of the Bridge Up and Go. This time we're heading deep into the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Irie Jam Radio's representative, the big man himself, DJ Roy, joins us right now here on Bridge 99. Morning, Roy.
Big up.
Morning,
bro. What's up?
Man, I'm telling you, man, I'm recuperating. I am tired. But as you know, Richie B, as you know, Shelz, as you know, Audley, the morning show is a serious show.
Yeah.
So you can't be late for a morning show.
Nope.
So no matter what you're feeling, no matter how you partied last night, by the way, big up Ribbies. Big up Ribbies. I was there last night to the wee hours of the morning.
Jeez.
What? Yes, the wee hours of the morning. As a matter of fact, we kind of locked the door. Yeah, what I helped them sweep up, but we said, no, morning show, I got to connect with Richie B. So I got to go.
But you paid your bills, so there's no necessity for you to be sweeping up.
You got a point there. But when you got friends, because I've been friends with, Ruby from back in the days of Asylum and Cactus.
Right.
As a matter of fact, he was one of the first person to bring me here to play in Asylum and Cactus. And then we did like an island tour with Stone Love. And then we left. It was a tour. We went to Belize after that. We went to Anguilla and some other countries after that. So, yeah, big up Ruby and the Rich Part to the Bridge. And
you like the new spot?
Doctor. Oh, I love it. It. It's a place I used to eat. I was surprised because I used to go there. What was that? Sky Dweller?
Sky Dweller, yeah.
So I used to go over there and get me, my grilled salmon and them thing there. So
sure.
I'm very familiar with the gym beside it and everything. Yeah. But the new place is really looking good. And I bumped into Beanie Man and Bounty Killer there.
Really?
Yeah. And then them tell me, say them I go, what, Boom Sundays and Bounty Sundays?
Yeah.
And I says, no, I'm going to bed.
Bed rock and pillow jam.
Hey, let me tell you, Roy, if you ever agreed to do that, you wouldn't be on this morning. Let me tell you, Boom Sunday, I tell you.
No, but Bounty, when he was going to the door, he said, right, you have to keep up, you know. You have to keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah, mama, soon come. Oh, man. And then Carnival yesterday was truly, truly amazing, man.
Wasn't it?
I tell you, man, talk about eye candy, sight for sore eyes. Woman, I need you like never before. African woman, you're the one I adore.
All both.
Man.
You guys saw it like that? I mean, everybody's here laughing and not.
I just understand. I understand.
Nobody's commenting. I mean,
no. Well, I missed it. You know, as you know. Yeah. For the first, I missed it entirely.
I got legally blind.
Even with my dark glasses on, my wife could see I was looking.
Oh boy!
But she even pointed out a few to me. Look over there, sir. Look over. Your mama see it.
Keep it moving.
I'm wondering though, with all the support that they get from sponsors and so on, why is it that it was not being carried in a wider way? Yeah, televised in any way, even snippets of it. Is it because of the nature of the costumes, you think?
Leave it on the road.
I don't know, because I also saw something that I really was surprised, you know, and I'm going to say this and some people are going to say, right, impossible, but a lot of things I see happen in Jamaica I thought was impossible. I saw men and men in costumes dancing, gyrating, enjoying themselves, and I never believed that I would witness that in Jamaica. So I'm telling you, maybe not in the near future, but I feel like there's going to be a gay parade, an official one in Jamaica, based on what I saw yesterday. And it's something that it's taboo. We don't really want to talk about it, but we need to also talk about it because it's happening, and whether we like it or not, it's there. And I saw it in full display yesterday.
If it's going to happen, I think it would be maybe after like a general election. I don't know that it's necessarily going to get the approval before or anytime close to a general election, because people are going to be thinking about whether or not there'll be a backlash, no pun intended, in relation to getting approval ahead of an election, and if that might affect votes. you know what I mean? Why? Yeah,
but it's something that was on full display.
I saw where one of the local newspapers carried a photograph of a lady scanning through a while ago, looking at stories, obviously.
Research purposes.
And there were a lot of persons saying, if I wanted the X News, I'd have bought a copy of the X News. Why are you putting this kind of picture in the newspapers?
Yeah, so so I guess it's a no-no for traditional media.
Yeah. The people are surprised.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. But what was good, as we've said this morning, Roy, is the integration of dancehall within the carnival, and how beautifully they seem to have blended well for a great presentation, and the combination, the coming together of several of the carnival entities seem to have worked well in terms of swelling the numbers and generating a bigger vibe. Yeah. Plus, the songs this year are also really good.
Really good.
Yeah, the Road March King himself, Bungie, and Michelle, and all the others that are out there. Yeah, it really augured well for a good carnival. So all is well. And we say big ups to those who came in just for that. Many of them were greeted at the airports with carnival vibes and energy. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wally put that go on.
Okay.
And they would have had a great time, no doubt.
Indeed.
This morning we had the pleasure of talking with His Worship, the Mayor of Clarendon, Winston Maragh, and he's fighting to get councillors getting more pay, hoping for a meeting with the Minister of Finance soon. Good luck to you, Mayor. And of course, no winner at 7:30 in the Secret Sound game. We had at 7:45 though. We went over to London, England.
Yeah, man, it was all about the UK connection with Rubber Ranks on the beat, London 103.6 FM, and we had a special guest, recording artist. We knew her as HoodCelebrityy, but you better recognize the name right now is Tina, and she's putting out good music, so stay tuned for her journey. Of course, at 9:13, we just concluded our global connection with DJ Roy on Jam Radio.
All right, thank you very much, Jody, Kevin, Shelz, Audley. My name is Richie B. Most of all, we want to thank the Bridge Nation for being a part of the experience. It was our pleasure bringing it to you. We hope it got you up in fine style. And for that, we hope that you'll come back with us tomorrow morning at 6 in the eye when we'll do it all over again. It was Anne Ruth Shabaka who said, each day comes bearing its gifts. All you've got to do is untie the ribbon.
Facts.
Take it with you as you make it a great day today. See you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Take care.